You already know what it is. Let's get it. Time to get it cracking. Oh, hold on. There we go. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy MP back at it again. You already know what it is. So, as of right now, I'm getting it in. So not even on the chart as of right now, but it doesn't matter because it ain't like I ain't been looking at the market. So I have been looking at the market, and yeah, it's doing what I wanted it to do. It's going in the direction that I had wanted it to go in earlier in the week, which was Monday, which was yesterday. It began, looking like it wanted to retest that area that I did mark down, which was a good thing. I can't complain. But yeah, once I get home, I'll be able to kind of pull that up. I'm able to pull it up on my phone, but I'm not able to pull it up to the point where, you guys can see it, which, it is what it is. I'm not tripping. But yeah, this is day 8. I can't even pull up my 5 hands. See, I'm just so handicapped right now. I need to wait till I get home. Maybe I should just wait till I get home to finish this video, because this is part of episode 7, but technically I'm not even where my computer is, so I can't even just sit here and finish up the video like I want to. So it is what it is, but I'll be back. All right. Oh yeah, you already know what it is. I'm already too late to even be clapping, but MP back in the building, ready to get it in, full gauged in, all the way in. I'm just playing. So today we are on episode 8. Got all my hands up in there, you feel me? So it is January 11th. Calculate the date. And yeah, it's an amazing day out today. Can't complain, It is what it is. You go with the flow, you go with the day. So that's how we gonna start off with the day and gonna end the day, you feel me? So technically it is pretty late, but it doesn't really matter. We still gonna get it in, especially with this recap that we did from yesterday, you feel me? Yesterday was Monday. Yeah, and it was another beautiful day, especially in the market. You might be asking, did I get in? No, I actually didn't get in. I was just sitting on the sidelines watching it from the side view, seeing how I was doing, preparing myself for today and as well as tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day that I'm thinking is my day. So we're going to go in from there. I'm not really tripping about getting in every day like how I used to. I at a point in time, towards earlier in the beginning of the career, like not even a career, but my journey, like a year ago, I was going fully in every day, and I decided I had to take a break. It just wasn't paying off. I was making a little bit of something, and then I would lose it the same day or maybe the day after or sometime throughout the week. So I had to realize in order for me to even hang on to my earnings, I would need to at least not trade every day, you feel me? So that's just a nice little tip. You should not trade every day. If you do, then it's cool and all, at least as long as you profit. If not, you shouldn't be trading every day. That's just a beginner tip. Shit, I'm a beginner. If you're a beginner, then you're a beginner. If not, you're more further on in your journey, then yeah, that's what's up. I'm pretty sure you know that tip. You feel what I'm saying? So again, let's go ahead and recap on yesterday. Yesterday it was looking, sitting on top of that little area I had marked up, which was key level. A specific area that I seen personally that it wanted to be, consolidate and sit there and do what it wanted to do. So with that being said, I did zoom it down and seen that it wanted to that it had enough of kind of just sitting right there in the area that I'll be pulling up in a second. Yeah, I'll be pulling it up. You like, dang, when you gonna pull it up? You just talking. When you gonna pull it up? I'm about to pull it up right now. Bet. So, yeah, from there it just kind of went up and went up and away, and it kind of retested the area that I was going for. So again, let's go ahead and pull this boy up and let's get it started. You feel me? Yes, sir. Wow. So yeah, let's get it cracking. So right here, I got the chart pulled up. As you can see, I do have it on a 30-minute chart, which is fine. As you can see, I drew this earlier today because, I can't stay out of the market. You got to stay in the market just to stay fresh up on them new ideas and or just, prepare yourself for the next day and or the following day, depending on what you want to do that day or the day after. So, I had to stay up on there. Unfortunately, I did mark it up. The only thing I did do is just add this little trend line in here, which it did break eventually today. I drew it, the trend line. I drew it like it started from like 2 days ago, probably on Sunday. It probably marked up this high Sunday or Monday, and then what I did was just pulled it in probably for today or last night into today. So really today it really had crossed that trend line, so it's really unuseless. It's really useless, but at this point I could still use it because it could, like it's doing right now, it's kind of just bouncing off of this trend line. So that's really just like a couple confirmations for me that it's going to continue to go up in the upper direction. But then again, just like I said yesterday, the market can retest, which is possible if it begins to break structure like we do have right here. We are in the 15-minute chart, so I am going to zoom out eventually. So, but yeah, it looks like it only made this little high right here that it seems to have not wanted to go up any higher. So with that being said, it looked like it got a couple dojis in there, some indecisive. It has not even crossed that high right there, so that might be the highest point as of right now. So with that being said, it should be coming down to retest this area right here. If not by the end of today, going into tomorrow, this should be retesting about this area right here. I could be wrong, but most of the time, as of right now, it's what the as what it's telling me. The market is telling me it's looking like it wants to at least retest this area that I marked up from this trend line, which I'm going ahead and get rid of right now, because again, it's useful, but it's useless. You feel me? So again, yeah. If it continues to break like this structure right here, and yeah, these alligator faces change direction as green crosses over to the blue and continues to go down, it should be retesting. If not, then it is what it is. It should, again, if I draw that trend line back up, it should bounce off of that and continue with the upper direction. Because yesterday when I did come up with the decision that I did come up with the direction continuing to go up, it has to retest. When I had said that, yeah, it ended up going in another direction. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I guess you can't always, you can't always guess, but I ain't gonna say guess, but say that this is gonna happen, this and that, and it, sometimes it doesn't. It is what it is. Either way it go. I would have made this up earlier today too, when it was around this area. But yeah, I'm still in a 15-minute time frame. Let's go ahead and go down to the 30. So right now we got to pull it up. You can see it in a better clearization. That line that I did draw, that trend line, it created a nice channel, this 15 again, but it created that channel right there between this trend line and this trend line. It's kind of like a channel type of view. So as you can see, it is this channel right there that is going. I drew that back on there to show that it is useful and not exactly all the way useless. And yeah, it's for sure, yeah, it did not pass right there. So If it continues again, this is a questionable area for, that is going to question whether it wants to stop or whether it wants to continue. If it continues to go, my next observation and or hypothesis would be to continue down to retest this area. No, if I zoom all the way out to the daily time frame, no, again, I do not think it's going to continue to go down. I have no reason. If anything, it's going to retest this box area, but other than that, I have no reason for it to go down. I won't know if it's going to continue to go down to retest this box area until it continues to, form this doji that's created right there. And as you can see, as you go down to a smaller time frame, I can see, me personally, and or you can as well see that it has a doji right here, and then this next candlestick right here. Yeah, it just wasn't for sure what it wanted to do, and as it may, continue, and it may continue. But as of right now, I can't really, determine whether it will or whether it won't. So I have to read more candlesticks, whether we break it down to the set 2 hour right now. We got in the 2 hours. You can see it still has confirmation that it wants to go up. And this, this little top right here that we have, and the doji right in front of it, we have the top right here. So if it does continue to go up, then, that's what's up. If not, then it has to retest at least, just to be for sure on the confirmation side that it wants to go, that it wants to touch this area at least. Should I get rid of this area? Yeah, I'm going ahead because I didn't get in a trade today, no. It's not my trading day. I did put in I did set up and made sure that if I did get in on a trade, that I was correct I was correct on the trade, which if I did get in, I would have been, but yeah, I mean, it really wasn't nothing too major. Tomorrow, might be a better day for me, but as of right now, like overnight tonight, the market should move towards tomorrow as well. Like all tomorrow, the market should be moving, whether it's continuing this bull run or whether it creates a bullish run from retesting this area and going down from here. That actually might be the decision that I'm going with as of right now, due to the fact that it did not cross over this last candlestick that it created. Now, before I go with that final, it's not finished that candlestick right after, so it's still working on that candlestick. But once the confirmation that next candlestick comes, and if I let me go ahead and set this little alert again. Set the alert by just scrolling all the way over towards the end of the side of the screen where the numbers are. And yeah, you just click on the first, second, third, whichever one best fits the idea that you're using. It's gonna just basically leave that that alert right there. So, and then I'm gonna set another alert as of right now around this area right here, because this is an area that it tends to fluctuate at quite a bit. So again, if it breaks through right here, me personally, looking at the chart, I'm going with bearish, especially if it continues to retest this area, because as you can see, it has retested it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, at least more than 5, 6, 7 times, which is fine, because as you can see, it continued the bull run on top of the trend line that I created, which is perfectly fine, because the trend line is useful and useless. So as we can see throughout the week, depending on how you set up your trend lines and where you set up your trend lines, again, it can be useful, useless, however you want to look at it. But yeah, I'm gonna continue to use them personally because I like them, and as we can see, continue to use them with the direction that I'm going with. Because again, it should retest this area, and if it doesn't continue with the bullish run, it will continue with the bearish. So I'm gonna actually just wait to see once it does hit this area of the trend line, whether the next candlestick is, is it gonna continue bullish, or is it break through, create another doji, create a Mirabasu or something crazy, and just continue that downtrend. I mean, shoot, ain't no telling. The markets just move. But me personally, what I've seen in the past, I'm gonna go what I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna stick with it. And we're gonna go from there, really. And then I have more confirmations. If I zoom down to the 5-minute chart, I also could see that, yeah, it did test this portion right here. It has dropped there, twice, numerous times, as you can see, which is perfectly fine, perfectly fine. That doesn't mean that it doesn't have the capabilities to continue the bullish run. That's not what that means. But me looking at it, this line, like if I was to create a trend line, which is just, I'm not gonna keep it, no, but it's temporary. And yeah, if I draw this trend line right here and it doesn't cross over the trend line and at least retest, I ain't gonna say retest it, but at least continue a nice strong bullish formation. If it doesn't, then yeah, eventually it's gonna give out. That's just at least what I've learned as a trader so far throughout the year, that it has to give out eventually to retest area it previously came from. So one of these areas is going to get retested, and one of them is going to get violated. So with that being said, whether it retests this area and then continue to go down in the downtrend, but as you could see right here in this area right here, that is presently at, it's been there previously, previous times. And as you can see in the 5-minute chart, 5-minute time frame, yeah, it just blew right past it. So depending on how this candlestick is gonna finish, determine whether it's gonna continue this downtrend and retest that area down here on this trend line that I previously made from yesterday and carrying it on in today. Or whether it blow past that trend line and just continues to go, rather retest it, blow through. Something's gonna happen with this trend line. Something is gonna happen, and it's gonna be vicious. So again, I'm gonna stay alerted up and just make sure I stay up on it, because tomorrow might be a day. You feel me? So with that being said, whether I get in later on tonight or whether I get on early on in the morning, just stay alerted and ready for this nice little movement. It whether again, me personally, it hasn't even created enough. Some people may say, yeah, it created enough confirmations for me to get in or get out or sell or buy. But me personally, I'm gonna wait on the next 2 confirmation candles to determine my decision on whether I'm gonna just buy or just stay in a bullish, buy or just sell at this point. Again, no, I'm not trading a live account yet. I am in a demo account. Something crazy just happened too recently. So the other day I tried logging back in my demo account, because it usually logs me out after a couple months or whatever, and it just wouldn't let me log back in to my demo account, which was outrageous. I'm like, what the fuck? I was having a fit. But either way it go, yeah, I had to create a whole new demo account, start back off from where I started off at, which was just 3,000. No, I don't want to start at no high amount amount of money, because that's not where, if I was to deposit a real amount of money at, that's not what I'd be starting off with. It's like 50,000. I'll be starting off with like 3 or maybe less. Really just depends on how much capital I have saved up by the time that I start this live account, which will probably be in the next 2-3 months. As of right now, again, I'm just trading this demo account, just trying to figure out a new strategic way of looking at the market, not just coming up with just analysis and marking it up and kind of figuring that it could have been a strategy, but it could have not been. I'm just trying to come up with a solid foundation of strategy and or a nice way of looking at the market in order for me to come up with a a positive position and or a positive outcome of the situation. So yeah, that's what the whole goal is of this, the whole the whole breakdown. So let's zoom back out to a 15-minute time frame. As you can see, it's kind of creating a nice little momentum of this downward downward direction. I mean, no, I'm not correct, no, I'm not always right, no, I'm not always wrong, but from the tail of my eyes, no, I'm not guessing as well. But from this confirmation, from it did not double touch this and it stayed under this trend line, that's a nice, for me, that would be a confirmation. At least for others, it could just be like another, oh, okay, bypass me, it is what it is. Because again, it's gonna retest this area, so this area is not done. No, whether retest it right now or whether retest it tomorrow or in the morning, like, it's gonna retest it. So again, I might just leave this this trend line right here, because it's gonna be useful eventually. We can get rid of some old stuff that we're not using. So let's double back all the way to about the 30-minute time frame. One of my favorite time frames. Why? Because you can see quite a bit. It's pretty easy, you feel me? So in the 30-minute, you can see that, again, they got this little clear doji of the indecisive. And me personally, I'm still waiting on the confirmation that it's working on right now, which is that candle. And as of right now, the position is going down in the downward position. So we are just still waiting it out, because it hasn't even formed that upper candle, whether it continues to go down and form more downward candles, or it began to go towards the up to retest that line to make that confirmation, as it consolidated right there and it decided that it wants to continue to go up for right now, and it'll be back later. But other than that, we got that 30-minute time frame that's still giving me that feeling. I got that feeling. Feel like the Black Eyed Peas. Yeah. So let me see. I zoomed it out a little too far, my guy. Zoomed it out a little too far. So 45-minute time frame. What do it look like to you guys? Do it look like it's still staying underneath? Does it look like it wants to retest that trend line? Or does it look like it wants to blow through this trend line that I just set up? Let me know down in the comments below. Because yes, I'm going to post this video on YouTube. I have this episode series going on, and I'm going to continue it each and every day until someone out there in the world learns something, whether it's someone I know, someone I don't, someone I'm close to, someone I'm not. Doesn't matter. It'll help someone in the future. So boom, boom, pow. Chickens jocking my style. Again, let me know down in the comment if you feeling a little froggy and you thinking that it's going across this trend line again right here to continue in the uptrend to at least retest this nice amazing trend line I set over a week that I'm about to zoom out and show you guys. Let me just mark it up so y'all know exactly what I'm looking at, so it ain't like, like it won't look the same. So we got the hour again. This confirmation looks pretty amazing with the gravestone right there on top of this trend line again. We have this little weird W formation. If anybody can see it, it may not even look like a W to anyone else, but to me, it's one of the bombers W's. Yeah. Oh, sheesh. They always want to stay doing that. Nobody wants that. Alright, whatever. So yeah, that W look kind of sexy. But then the thing about it is the W's end so quick, so it's like you can't really just determine on if I was to just make W's and M's and shit. Like, yeah, that's cool and all, but it ain't like I can last long in the league with that. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that's temporary that I can use for something extra. Nothing that I can just stay using this every day thinking that it's about to do my job. No. You feel me? So as we continue to zoom out, I will begin to show that circle and or oval that I created to represent that trend line that it will eventually triple tap. So we got the 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple tap. Eventually, it seems like this is a 2-hour time frame. Why did it create so much momentum if it didn't want it to go up? I don't know. Good question. Again, I marked up these charts a little bit through today and yesterday. No, I didn't mark it up on Sunday, so it doesn't matter. But today and yesterday, I marked it up a little bit. But today, you're gonna see again. This is a 2-hour time frame. Why I did do what I did. If you're just now tuning in, 45 minutes into the video, just now listening, it did, this trend line is very useful. These trend lines are very useful, especially this one that'll be coming along. It's gonna be like jumping around this one, whether it's on top of it or whether it's down. I'm gonna keep it, cause again, it'll come in handy with the determination whether to me at least, whether it's gonna continue or whether it's gonna go down, especially with the confirmation of the other candlesticks and the wicks and stuff. So if anybody watched that the previous videos that I did beforehand, probably I believe it's episode 3 when I was talking about the candlestick analysis, or whether it's 3 or 4. You know, the more I watch that video, though, I feel like the more I pick up on learning, like not even the names, but the looks of the candlesticks. Maybe I have to pick up the names a lot better, but the looks of the candlesticks, they read kind of the same, and it looks like kind of the I ain't gonna say the directions, but the views that the individual is showing on the video. So yeah, like I'm seeing some representations of that. You feel me? So if you don't know what I'm talking about, the video is in my category, or not even in my category. It's it's on my channel. Just go under videos, you'll for sure see it. You feel me? What I'm saying? So again, we are on a 4-hour time. Well, that's a 2-hour, so we're on a 4-hour, and you can see as we zoom out further, the candlesticks do look a lot weirder. I mean, it is what it is. That's just how the market goes. You know what I'm saying? That's what you go do your own research and learn what it's about, and you figure out the terminology, and you learn bits and pieces from people, and then you continue to grow and figure out your own strategy and or your own mind or your own thing that you're trying to come up with. So again, we're on a 4-hour time frame, and it's, to me as of right now, with no confirmation that this candle is all the way even finished. That again, that the confirmation looks like it just wants to retest this trend line that I created, whether it just wants to sit along that area and go past this area and continue up to at least right here, this bubble, or whether it just breaks through and continue the down retest right here to this area. But again, I'm gonna continue to use this trend line right here, keep it. I don't have any confirmations for me personally to really change my direction besides not get in. I'm gonna not get in. I'm gonna hold on until I really feel like it's the time for me to get in. And once I get in, if I lose, then I lose. If I get in and I make it, then you're gonna figure out what you did right and what you did wrong. Either way it goes. So that's just what it is. So and shit, I ain't gonna you feel me? So with that being said, again, it is the 8th episode. Yes, moving on up all the way to 360 days. You feel me? It's gonna be a long stretch, a long 360 days of me just learning and us learning together, whether I post a video on YouTube or not. You feel me? It's gonna be a long journey. So with that being said, yeah, I'm sticking with my confirmation. Yes, at the end of the week, I'm not coming up with no hypothesis. I'm not even going to state that this is gonna for sure happen. I am not gonna do this. But me just going with the direction as of right now. I'm gonna continue to keep my direction of going in the bullish, in the upper direction. Now, if it changed throughout the week, that's what it does. If it doesn't, then just figure out what I did right to see what I did right to figure out what I can do next week to continue the W streak. But if not, we gotta go back to the drawing board. What we did wrong. Did we get in too early? Did we just not make the right direction after it broke that trend line? Whether it broke the trend line, or whether it broke the box, or whether it broke the rectangle, the arrow, the indicator, Fibonacci, whatever it broke. You feel me? We just gonna go back and double check and just figure that stuff out at the end of the day. But yeah, that's just what I'm gonna go with as of right now. As you know, as we break down the days throughout the week and the times change throughout the days, you can't do nothing but switch your position and throughout the days. And if you hold your position throughout the week in your mind, or just even in the market or in a chart, write it down. And I'm just gonna, I'm gonna memorize it myself. I'm not gonna write it down, but me personally, I'm gonna memorize it this time. I wanna go around and figure out what I did right or wrong when the outcome is all the way here. Did I think out too early? Did you? I mean, obviously I don't know, so but I'm just going with what the market is showing me, and as of right now, at the end of the week, that's what it's showing me. If it comes up with something different again, then it is what it is. What we did wrong. So, but other than that, we other than that. But again, I don't really have any confirmation to me not thinking that it's not retesting this area. And depending on what those boxes and candlesticks looking like, that it won't at least retest this area before it continues this uptrend. But hey, all I can say is we just be able to find out tomorrow. I will be getting here probably a little earlier in the day. Probably won't film until later on in the day. But really just depends on, it'll be probably later on or morning, somewhere in there. Yeah, it's gonna be video dropping somewhere in there. So yeah, just stay tuned and be ready to stay on track with this. Whether you watching it today, tomorrow, the next day, the next year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years from now. Hope this helps. And yeah, we just gonna wait this out and see what it does tomorrow. Hop back in and yeah, go from there. See where this market has been going and is going from there. Yep, again, this is that 30-minute time frame. I did leave this channel up that I created earlier, and I'm gonna leave it up for a minute. No, I'm not gonna clear it off. I'll leave it up, and then at the end of the week or end of every week, I'm gonna start clearing the charts, just making it look a little neater. Maybe I was, being a little too messy with it at first, but gotta change something different that I did last year. So gotta be on and doing better things, you feel me? So yeah, it is what it is. But either way it go, check it out again tomorrow. And yeah, hope everybody have a blessed one. Let's get it. Wait. Man, I'm sitting here tripping. I keep forgetting about, like, earlier in the week, or was it last week, I looked at Euro USD and have not even been looking at it ever since. That's why I just can't trade two pairs at once, because, man, I just be forgetting, and it's ridiculous. Like, I just miss out on the whole thing. So let's go ahead and check Euro USD out while we're already on the topic. So yeah, you can see right there at the top, my Forex journey episode 7. Yeah, you already know what that is. So as you can see right here, this is something that I drew up a while ago. Zoom this up to the daily perspective. Yeah, so wow, you probably like thinking like, what the fuck? Why got all these lines right here? Yeah, I know. So right here, not even for sure when did I even get in or anything, but it's been so long. I know last week I did look at the direction. So somewhere in last week's videos, I have to look to see exactly what day it was. I did pull up that Euro USD just to see what it was doing. I know it was inside that box still. So as you can see, I was just on a daily time frame. It's just now kind of leaving out of the box area. Should be going head on up into this arrow that I did draw sometime that week to this trend line. Well, this key level area, that's been there for a minute. And if it doesn't, then it should be bypassing this little baby Fibonacci that I did draw a while back. So we had a daily. So let's go ahead and zoom it out to a 4, see how much crunching it's doing. We are at a 4 hour for Fibonacci, still look big as shit. W formation right here looks a little trash, but it's all right. It didn't do anything. If it was doing anything, it's about to do something now. This W formation, if anyone can see it, it's just now wanting to do something. If the W was doing something, but like it's just now kind of creating this momentum from about right here to the end of this Fibonacci on up. Yeah, it could just be right here if I was to draw a trend line from right here. Boom, 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 boom. I wonder how that would look and if it will work. Should I do that? Yeah, let me try that. That'd be stupid, but let's try it and see if that'll work. Cause if anything, it's gonna, would it retest this line right here and then continue up? Man, that's a nice question to ask. We are on a 4 hour time frame. Sheesh, we have to break it down to a couple more of them candles on the lower half to see what it's doing to even be assuming that it's doing that. So boom, 2 hour time frame. Let's zoom this all the way in. Ooh, it's trying to get there again. So yeah, this always is a crazy thing. It always just, somehow goes back to these areas that it used to be, whether it's up or whether it's down. It just always finds these areas. It's always been at a point in time. It's fucking strange, bro. It's really fucking strange. It's really fucking strange. So as you can see right here, this area should be something that it tends to love, which it seems, due to the fact it has not even broke structure yet. Let me see if I was to draw a trend line right here. You like, boy, you stay trend lined up. Fuck trend lines, but I feel like they help a little bit. It's weird. Like, trend lines are like weird. Like, you see them and you don't even see them. So it's like, you use them. Like, but it's like they helpful, but then they deceive you sometimes. So it's like you have to stay alert and just stay on top of them, because they're good, but then they're deceiving at the same time. Because you never know a person. They could be there one time and they can deceive you the next. I'm just playing. I ain't gonna hit you like that. So either way though, again, this area right here is a key level that it should be touching eventually. In my eyes, that's a key level it should be touching eventually. Not saying that I'm perfect, not saying that it will, not saying that but I'm just saying, from what it looks like right now, and from the direction that I created while it was inside the box, and now looking at the confirmations outside the box with the retesting from the let me get through there to the we down here to the all right, to the to the, let me retest again, to the we through there again, to the I'm on top of the mountain still. Through all of that, it's I'm still having clear confirmations personally that it's continuing up. As long as it doesn't at least, you see it's consolidating around this area. They keep disappearing, but around that black area right there, it has not touched it. As you can see, as I draw that, it has not touched that area, but it has, it's on top of it. So it's like it's not like a level right here that it doesn't like. This is a level that it should retest before it continues the next direction, whether it goes up to retest this trend line I just created and continue this trend up here to this key level, or whether it stops around this area and retests this area to continue the uptrend. But eventually, if I zoom back out, the uptrend it will be there eventually. So let's go ahead and go down to the 1 and then the 30. So the 1 hour time frame. So as of right now, again, I drew this channel. You can see, yeah. I guess if I was to, let me just go ahead and draw. Let me just go ahead and put a nice little rewind for y'all. So if I wasn't to have this, seen this, and I'm like, oh, okay, so you got, it looks like it shot up right there, came down to retest. Oh, wow, it retested right there in that area, which was, it's not below this. So it must be around this area. Oh, okay, so it's still above that, so it didn't break structure. So, okay, it's still relevant. Okay, so it must still just be retesting that at that point. So, boom, retest that. Oh, wow, I must have got in too early. So if I got in too early, especially right here, knowing that it retested right here, created this nice doji. Even if I was to put it in a fucking 30-minute, I got a double top right here. So 15-minute, it still created doji. So me, it's stopping right there. Me personally, I got to start looking around, looking at other time frames. Why did it stop here? What is it creating? What is it fucking creating? So as long as it's creating something that's powerful, shall be retesting the area it previously came from, whether it's strong, weak, it'll be going there eventually. To retest this area again before that, it just wants to go through, or whether me personally, I would have been like, okay, so I would have been like, okay, it's gonna retest this and it's gonna shoot up. So let's see what it's gonna do. That's what I would have just said, personally, before it would have did that. So, but then again, it had did this right here, but I have me personally, if I was to draw a trend line right here, not saying trend line helps all the time, but if I was to draw a trend line right here, it would have been still under here. So, now if it would, let me see, let me just show myself. So I ain't tripping. So if anybody watching it, they ain't tripping. So boom. So again, it'll retest this eventually. Let's just go ahead and watch this shit, you feel me? So, boom. Oh, see, retested that. Like okay, I'm in the right, okay. So, boom. Okay, it's fucking with this trend line. So, you feel me? Okay. So, it's fucking with the trend line. Do I want to retest this red line one more time before it continues up, or no? You said no, I just want to go in the up direction. As you can see, yeah, I made that blue arrow sometime earlier last week, in the middle of last week. You feel me? So I'm not tripping. You can go back in there and see that I did. Earlier in the week did go with the direction of the upper, and as you can see from that rewind, that all it did was retouch this trend line one time before it continued to go up and away like Buzz Lightyear. So yes, 30-minute time frame. Break that down. Let's go ahead and go. And it has this box. I can't really do much, but it has this box right here, consolidated quite a bit. So if I was to put another box, sheesh, you motherfuckers, they don't want to let me put a box right there. Okay, so boom. Cool. Okay, then. So let me put a box right there. As you can see, it's still above. Well, it's in the middle of this area. So this is like an area that it loves quite a bit. Let me see. Let me draw it up a little bit. So it hasn't even left out this box yet. When it leaves out the box and decides to retest the top of the box, then I'll know for sure whether, well, not even know for sure, but I'll have an idea. Like, because as of right now, you can see, like, it's just seeming like it had enough inside this box, and it retests this top of the line, and it doesn't look like it wants to go up any higher right now, even though it's still higher than this. Even it broke this structure, so in my opinion, I can't even go with the fact that it wants to even retest this trend line. I can't even do that. Why? Because it's not even breaking this structure right here. So me personally, me thinking as a beginner trader, if anything, it's going to retest this to continue up. I'm not going to even say it wants to go down anymore. It's not what I'm going with. Now, if it retests this trend line right here and continues to go down, all hell on me. No, I'm just playing. It is what it is. But other than that, I don't see that. Like, it has too many confirmation. One, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, it has about 6 on top of this trend line. If it doesn't test this trend line, go under it a little bit and fucking blast off the fucking moon up here around this trend line to break this trend line, to break this trend line. If it doesn't do that, man, I don't know what the... But as of right now, it's creating these 2 dojis and this nice little candlestick after it. So I really can't even do much to determine on whether it continues to go up or whether it continues to go down. I can't really even say much because right now I can't even tell much because we're still in this box. But again, I do know it's going to retest this line before it makes any other decisions. And yeah, zoom it all the way down to 5 minutes. You can see it's just crunching all the candlesticks up a little more so you can see them. And as you can see, it barely even wanted to So it did touch right here, but it didn't pass this. So this must be an area inside this little 5-minute boxed area that I created that it doesn't want to break at this time. So again, it shall be retesting this boxed area down here, even this trend line right here. If anything, if it bypassed this box, it should be retesting this trend line. It shouldn't be, but if it does, it's, you know, it should be just testing. I could be wrong, could be going down, but the direction I'm going in with, you know, for Euro USD as well, it's gonna be bullish for the week. Again, this is not even a major, you know, major true fact for the week, but at the, you know, it is Tuesday. And as of right now, what I'm looking at and what I'm seeing with the market and what it's doing, the confirmations of it, retesting certain areas and going back up to the bullish side is pretty fair in my eyes. If anyone has any, you know, any disagreements, you know, you're for sure welcome to put down in the comments. Like, no, this come with valid, valid specifications, or you know, it's not going to be relevant. But other than that, yeah, we just go ahead and show that 5-minute one more time again. It looks like it gave up around this area right here. It did, at the last one, it did not pass right there. So that last candlestick, it did not get the same height. So if anyone can see, it did not. So with that being said, it already kind of started breaking structure to me to begin retesting areas down at the bottom. Now, again, even if it doesn't get all the way down, this area right here is a area that's likable. So that's, you know, it's just like three key areas that's likable, that it has the potential of touching before it continues the trustworthy trend of the week. So yeah, we're going with bullish this as of right now, so far throughout the week, as I'm seeing. Again, that's what I'm going with. The confirmations can be changing soon. Even like in the 30 minutes, the confirmation could be changing soon. It could just, you know, be consolidating around this area, building up some momentum to break straight through and not even retest. It could do that and come back to retest a little later. But do I feel like that? No. So far as I've been learning, do I feel like that? What I'm seeing is a valid reason for me to change my position? No. But the market, again, it's gonna do what it's gonna do, and it's gonna, you just stay along its side, and you stay watching and just stay up on top of the alerts, and on what time you should be getting in, what time you should be getting out, and making lethal sharpened entries and exits. Then you should be pretty good. I mean, even with the quick scalping to the intraday, to even not even for sure on the swinging, because I'm not a swinger, but yeah, that's again, Euro USD, that's what I'm going with so far this week. Otherwise, if it changes directions and other confirmation candles begin to show me otherwise, that is going in the down formation, then I'll change my direction. But other than that, we're sticking with the direction that we're going with. And yeah, I drew this at the beginning of last week. I'm gonna have to go back and see what day I did, and I'm just keep that motherfucker right there until it finished that throughout the week. But yes, sir, that's something that we gonna for sure. And you know what, let me just go ahead and draw this low. Oh my God, why did I do that? Sheesh, terrible, isn't it? Terrible. All I do is move these fucking things, man. Okay, so boom, let me just go ahead and draw this. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw a sell, because that's what I'm going with this week. Well, that's what I'm going with as of right now. Again, again, the market could be changing any minute. It could stop me out anytime, but that don't mean that I'm gonna change my decision. So we're gonna go with 1-to-3 ratio. This area, I don't believe it shouldn't even pass this. It shouldn't pass this area right here. It shouldn't pass my take profit and continue and break down here. Whether it breaks through this box right here to begin to stop, or whether it stops right here. But this line right here should not be getting touched again. If so, and it has issues. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. And yeah, I mean, that's just as of right now. I mean, tomorrow the market's gonna be different, so we are gonna have something different. But we got Euro USD on the track. You feel what I'm saying? And no, I did not get in on this trade. I'm just marking it up. So don't get on my back and try to beat my head in just because I didn't get in on this. And I'm marking it up, talking shit. Yeah, I know. Let's check out GDP USD before I go ahead and wrap this little session up for today. Get ready for tomorrow's session again. It looks like, again, it's just retesting this area. And again, maybe retest this area one more time before it. This area is kind of questionable too. Any area that it just kind of consolidates is kind of questionable to me personally. So yeah, again, it's gonna retest this trend line to whether it retests this area or just this top of the box before it continues to go up. But for sure, these areas underneath it are going to get retested. You feel me? So again, that's what I'm going with for today. That's what I have for today. Tomorrow's a new day, so we're gonna have something new tomorrow, and the market's gonna be telling something new. So you can't always just go with what you think at the beginning, because it ain't always what you think at the beginning. It's what you think at the ending and what you think throughout the week. You feel me? So yeah, it is what it is. So let's get it. We'll be back tomorrow. Y'all have a good one, and yeah, peace out. Have a good one.